uh, but he slammed like this. So I was feel hell of fear. Why? Because you never know if they're gonna shoot you.
A West Oakland resident says he was confronted by federal agents at gunpoint outside his home Wednesday morning, a block away from Hoover Elementary. He says he got scared and took off, and that federal agents chased him until he crashed. He says the agents caught up with but did not arrest him. This incident sparked concern about the safety of students and the surrounding community. This morning, the Department of Homeland Security said ICE did not target Hoover Elementary School or go on school grounds, said agents were conducting targeted immigration enforcement operations against a man who's in the country illegally and has been arrested multiple times for battery, DUI, and possession of a controlled substance. DHS says the man fled and drove to the area of the school, which has brought all the attention to the area. This morning, we welcome Monique Berlanga, Executive Director of Centro Legal de la Raza, to the studio to learn more about reaction to that incident. Thanks for coming back.
Thank you. Good morning.
This does not appear, according to DHS, to be any sort of an immigration sweep. Does that change the community response?
So I would say no, right? And that is what we've been trying to ensure the community, is that the immigration enforcement that we've been seeing throughout the county over the past 6 months or so has been targeted enforcement or enforcement that's taking place at ICE check-ins or court hearings. We have not seen raids or sweeps or just random community enforcement. However, folks are still on high alert, and situations like this where folks don't know what's happening, you just see, a chase and collisions, and it's near a school, and you have unidentified officers who are not identifying themselves even when asked. It creates panic, it creates confusion, and has the same impact, the same chilling impact in the community. But we do want to assure folks that, as far as we know, this was targeted enforcement.
What do you say to people who may be targeted by immigration enforcement?
Yes, right now we are saying to every community member who might be impacted, 1 in 3 residents in Alameda County is an immigrant. So this is something that's impacting every community that we are in here, is to make sure that you have a safety plan, right? That you know your rights in advance, that you have a plan for your children in the event that you are impacted by ICE enforcement, who will pick them up, that they know the plan, that alternative caregivers are in on the plan, that you've got all your documents gathered. Make sure you've memorized the rapid response hotline phone number. Make sure you memorize your own phone number and a safe, trusted community member's phone number, and have all of that together and be ready and be prepared. If you think that you may be a target of potential ICE enforcement, or you have an upcoming ICE check-in or hearing scheduled, please do call your local county rapid response hotline. We can offer accompaniment services, legal consultations, potential legal representation, but you want to make sure that you have done everything you can to be prepared and to assess your own personal and individual risk before taking actions.
DHS appears to be pointing the finger at the person who was the target of the operation for essentially bringing the chaos to the school neighborhood. Do you see any validity in that concern?
No, I think I would have to disagree. I think so. In speaking with folks who were on the ground there in the community, in the neighborhood, they saw the DHS vehicles in the neighborhood starting very early in the morning, parked near the school. So even school staff were seeing these vehicles. So I think Homeland Security came to that school site and did not enter the school and was not targeting the school site, but was so nearby that it was, created confusion, and, was very, very close in proximity to drop-off time as well. And so when you're doing this kind of, militarized activity in a neighborhood close to a school, you are inviting this kind of chaos.
Kind of created enough heat for it to reach inside the classroom, if you will. OUSD made a point of telling parents not to come to the school to get their children. What should parents in a situation like this do?
Yes, so I think OUSD has done a really great job in preparing their staff and their parents and in training, and they implemented their protocols for safe site protocols and lockdowns yesterday, and I think everything went as it should have, right? Parents were notified in a timely manner so that they could make choices whether they wanted to be in the area or not, right, and assess their individual risk, and were assured in a timely manner that kids were safe, that no agents had entered the school site, et cetera. So I do think OUSD did a really great job yesterday in communicating with parents and in coordinating with local leaders and with rapid response networks and community members.
Did you get calls about what happened yesterday?
Absolutely. We started getting calls very early in the morning, and even when the situation was resolved, we continue to see an increase in high volume and calls throughout the day because folks didn't know what's next, right? Like we can say that this particular targeted enforcement seems to have abated, but however, folks still didn't know where will the next site be, and that is kind of just the predicament that we're in right now, as folks are just waiting for the ball to drop and where will the next sweep or raid or new tactic take place for enforcement.
Right. Monique Berlanga from Centro Legal de la Raza, thank you for coming back to the situation, to the newsroom to discuss the situation yesterday. Thank you again. Andre?